think that, and I'm not advocating for any candidates. Go out there and make your decisions yourselves. But I think that one thing that we need to take into consideration is when the Wuhan flu was dropped on us, when the COVID flu was dropped on us, did our Fort Bend County officials attempt to go totalitarian? Did they attempt to go totalitarian as what we saw in Australia, the nightmare that was Australia? It certainly looks like they were trying to get the ball down the court to make that happen. And if that is the case, that is the first attempt to make this county into a totalitarian county since the War of 1836, since Santa Anna brought his invading army in. And so I agree with all of you. We need to be more surgical with our, we need more thought through on how we vote in these sorts of things. But real quick here, I'm reading this post, breaking news, Fort Bend County District Attorney Brian Middleton's office has issued a warrant for all cellular communications devices belonging to County Judge K.P. George. Law enforcement officials executed the warrant at his home for the devices on George and on Wednesday afternoon. The search warrant issued by Middleton's office states that George may have worked alongside Terrell Patel, his former chief of staff, to use the devices for the purposes of misrepresentation of identity. Patel was indicted this month on 5 felony counts of online impersonation. And so there you go. I mean, that's a big statement right there. So it appears that Brian Middleton is running the operation there, but the one question I have for everybody is Brian Middleton is KP George's best friend. You can go on Facebook and all they're doing is taking selfies together. So why would Brian Middleton be executing a search warrant? Should we be suspicious of that? Because again, everyone remember that when there was the Next Wave Strategies contracts, and what happened
I remember that.
in Harris County and Fort Bend County, they had this door knocking campaign to go door to door and check your vaccination status. And in Fort Bend County, when the citizens found out about that, 300 citizens showed up in the county commissioner's courts. All of those Democrats were there. All the county officials were there. And we let them know that this is not how things operate in Texas. It's a complete violation of our rights. Yep. But nonetheless, they went forward with the contract. They took the price, the payment from 150 to over 300,000, something of that sort. They doubled down on it, and then questions started to come up about whether the vendor that they chose to do the contracted work, if it was sort of a friends and family sort of thing. I don't know all the particulars because this was 4 years ago, so please go read up on it. But what happened is I believe the Texas Rangers initiated an investigation on KP George. Brian Middleton stepped in and he took over the investigation and found nothing. And meanwhile, he's posting selfies of himself and KP all over the internet. So, well, does that not make everyone a little bit concerned if justice is going to happen?
If it went down that way, is definitely concerning. And I didn't follow the details of the Middleton and the involvement in that. But I'm telling you, my friend in the county government told me 2 days ago that the Texas Rangers, basically it's the FBI of the state government, they're the ones that served the warrant at KP George's house. So I assume that they will be involved in this investigation, since it would be a conflict of interest for the Fort Bend DA to pursue this.
Well, this here says that the DA did it. But okay, so that's a question to be answered. But